People are having record years in one of the worst real estate markets ever that we've seen. I've been in the business now for 12, almost 13 years. This is for sure as worse as I've seen it as a team leader and as an agent, but also as just somebody, a thought leader, whatever, in the industry. And I'm here to tell you, in my circles, people are killing it and growing their businesses right now. So if you're watching this and you're in real estate, you need to pay very close attention because I'm going to give you some free game on some stuff that we're doing specifically now, today, to keep the needle moving forward in real estate specifically. And I want you guys to pay attention and take notes. This is some serious, serious stuff. Okay? Number one is we are in a skill-based market right now. I've been saying that for years. I think other people are starting to say that now because they've heard me say it. This is what it boils down to in a practical sense. If I go, like I see a lady across the street right now, if I just go up to her and say, hey, are you looking to buy or sell some real estate or know anybody that is? Oh, no, yes, whatever. Most people are going to say no, that's fine. An agent nowadays, if you just do that, I'd clap for you because you're making contacts and at least taking action. However, a skill-based market's going to require more than that. You're going to have to dig deeper. You're going to have to ask more questions. Again, depending on the lead source that I'm talking to, I'm going to go about it differently, but you got to ask more than that. If they're renting, great. Do you know if it's even possible for you right now to buy a house? Hey, what are you paying in rent? If you could match that rent, but own the home, what would you do? If I'm talking to somebody who owns a property, have you considered investing yourself? What would it take for you to take a look at becoming an investor and purchasing a second or third home? What if you could create cash flow that could potentially pay off the note on this house? We have to start diversifying our skill set and taking one conversation and extracting more out of it. One lead source you guys need to start going after is the absentee owner. If you're a newer salesperson or realtor, the absentee owner is somebody like me who owns a property or multiple properties that they don't live in. I have properties in Texas, California, and Florida. The ones that I don't live in, I'm an absentee. I'm absent of the ownership of that home. It's not my principal residence. When you talk to them, ask them, when's the last time they considered expanding their portfolio? How much are they collecting right now on rents? What does their portfolio look like? Do they want to diversify? Have they thought about doing a 1031 to something that cash flows more? Are they looking for specific deals? Will they want to be added to your investor list for certain types of deals? This is where we need to take the conversation versus just, hey, you looking to buy or sell? Hey, do you want to sell your house? That's rookie stuff. If you're in the business more than 6 months or a year, we have to morph you and grow you beyond that. And the skill-based market that we're in right now, agents who I'm helping on my team, my students, are having these conversations and talking to that same lead that another agent is talking to in their market where they think they have nothing, and we're getting a deal. So being able to, again, increase your ability, right? Grab the free thing that I have in the description, the sales quiz. It's going to give you some questions. It's going to ask you a few short ones, and it'll deliver it to you for free. I created a little master sales manual for my students. It's going to take, based on how you respond to that quiz, a few questions, and it'll give it to you for free, and it'll get you on my email list, right? Take that, because it'll start this process for you and get the wheels turning. So the diversification and improvement of your skill set, right? Number two is you guys need to become connoisseurs in the real estate market. And what I mean by connoisseur is this. I always have multiple whiteboards, home office, whatever it is, right? On that whiteboard, it's a shame that my old YouTube channel is gone now, right? But you could see in the background of my videos, I had the whiteboard, usually to my left. I had a bunch of names scribbled on there. As I was collecting investors' information, sellers who were very particular about requirements and prices that they wanted, buyers who were looking for specific criteria, I created a list digitally, but I also had it on my board of all these potential buyers and sellers and investors. Why? Every time I'm having conversations with people, I'm doing my best to be a connector. And the people who are the top dogs who get paid a lot are connectors. I've lost count of how many times off market I've either gotten deals for my clients or for someone else. I'm literally every month, I'm working with a developer now here in South Florida, right? Ruben Santurian, shout out to him. He's based out of Hollywood, Florida, one city north of me. He's given me and one of my partners a project, 2 projects in Georgia. He's going to give us more in the future. Super excited. However, as we're selling that, I'm bringing him new investment opportunities once a month. Why? Because of my network. I take it, I package it up, or I have that person come and pitch it to the developer, whether on Zoom or in person. I'm providing extra value doing that. I don't have to do that. But see, that's the network and things that I've created. I have people in my pocket connecting. I've sent people to other people because someone else mentioned to me they have this property, this deal, or this project, and they're looking for funding or whatever it is. And I'm in the middle of that. That in itself is valuable to people, to the buyer, to the seller, to the investor. If you can create that for yourself, which you can, you become invaluable in the marketplace if people come to you. But if I'm talking to this person and they're like, hey, you know what? I would sell under XYZ circumstances or for this price, and I happen to have a buyer, I can put together an off-market deal that would never have to go on the MLS. I can sell it off-market, get two sides, get my commission. I'm done. I've lost count of how many times I've done that. You can do the same. If I'm door knocking in a neighborhood, I know I have a buyer who loves that neighborhood. What do you think I'm going to be mentioning to people? I have a buyer, right? He really loves this subdivision of 100 or 200 homes, right? He really wants to move in here. He's hungry. I don't always do that when I door knock, but if I know going into that neighborhood that day, I do have a buyer on that list that has a specific criteria, I'm looking. Now, I'm going to get listings there anyway, but I might put a deal together off market. And if you did a handful of these deals a year, just by keeping that list, how much is that going to add to your bottom line? If your average commission check in your market, average price of a home in the United States now is $400K. You make 2.5% on that, that's 10K. An extra 5 deals is 50K a year. And for many of you, that could be the saving grace that keeps you in the business and puts a little money in your pocket. But this requires you to be savvy and think and operate long term, because that's point 3. We're always going to pursue the deal. You never use the word chase, you use pursue. However, you have to be building long term. This is a mistake that I corrected very, 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 very early on in my career. Build your database. Any good conversation you have, capture their cell phone, email, get their information and add it to your database and work and build and develop that database. By the time I handed off my database to my team, I had like 2,500 or 3,000 people in it. And to this day, that database that I started building when I was a solo agent 13 years ago still feeds us deals. Tanner, who you guys have been following on my channel, he moved to South Florida. He closed 8 deals his first year. 2 of the deals that he did, I gave to him. One of them was about $1 million, one of his biggest deals. That's the privilege of being on TBC and all, but that came from my database. One was a client directly reaching out to me. The other one was an agent-to-agent referral, which is the next point, agent-to-agent referral. All of you need to be building connections with agents. Team BC sends and gives, right? I mean, we send that close and we receive that close plenty of referrals every single year. Even in this downtime this last year where, I'm in the rebuilding phase and all that, we still in a couple months did like 6 or 7 referrals that we received that I dispersed to the team. Because now I don't do the transaction myself, I give it to my team. Those 2 or 3 deals I could have easily done myself here and kept all the commission, but I gave it to the team. But I built up the network is the point. That's what you got to do. Build that database, your personal one, but then build that network of agents, because now you're getting referrals and you're getting business from your sphere of influence, center of influence, whatever you want to call it, your database, but you're also building that agent, because with this one, it's a little bit different. Agents have to know you, like you, and respect you for your craft to send you business regularly. My brand has been built. You could destroy all my platforms. My name, Team BC, is already up there. The new age of people maybe coming in didn't see me like before, but that's all right. My brand's already established. You can do the same, because I'm just a kid who started his business in Southern California with cold calling and door knocking, and he blew up online. And look at me now. But I dedicated myself to the craft. You start doing some of these things, you're going to get your 2025 in order, and you'll start 2026 in a full-on sprint. But the immediate thing you can do, some of those things are system stuff and you have to start chipping away and add on to it, right? But the first one is you have to really focus on developing your skill set. I've been telling you guys that for 12 or 13 years. I've shown it to you, demonstrated it to you, and now I'm teaching you. Why is it that new agents come to me on my program or join my team, and within a couple weeks, they already got their first listing or first deal? That's not by coincidence anymore. But they focus on their skills and they talk to a lot of people. Because one tip I want to add as we continue is, if you're not talking to at least 35 new people every day, live conversations, not DMs, not website leads, live conversations, not at least 35 a day, you're wasting your time, right? We are in a tougher market. It's not a seller's market anymore. It's not, the fairy tale market that we had years and years ago. It's a little tougher. Inventory's up, right? Interest rates are a little bit higher. You got to do what you got to do, but you got to talk to more people. Because as you start having success, you now are going to start taking a portion, 5-10% of your profits after setting aside for taxes, and you're going to start reinvesting it back into your business for a better dialer, for better systems, for marketing, mail marketing, print marketing, EDDM, right? Social media marketing, whatever. Hiring people to help you with your social media. The next piece is this. The brand, your personal brand, is going to be more impactful and is more important than the company, especially in this day and age. Nobody cares anymore about Century 21, Keller Williams, EXP, Real. All that stuff is fun. I love Real, right? But my brand is first and foremost, and that's what the customer cares about. They connect with you, not your company. Those days are long gone. They have been for a while, even when I got into the business, but they're long gone. And this thing, this digital thing, becomes your business card, your resume, and your blueprint that people are going to look at, your catalog. And I've never had a client look at my social media and not just be wildly impressed. Not because of the follower count of 200,000 on YouTube and all that. It was the sheer consistency, volume, and the amount of stuff that I put out. And it was quality. The old channel had home tours, luxury home tours of listings that we had. I had a bunch of seller and buyer explanation videos, educational stuff on there, client testimonials. I had that all on my old channel. And unfortunately, it's vaporized. It's gone. You need that now. Absolutely. Again, if you want to be in that top percentage. All the attention right now is here. It's on the phone. So the in-person stuff, to me, is superior and always will be, and you can never stop it unless you get to a really high level, which is only for a small percentage of people right now. But this used to be complimentary. Now, I tell people you would be a fool not to utilize the digital stuff, Instagram, YouTube, because it'll make you pop up more on Google, but at the same time, it is free. It's free. What are you waiting for? You got to do it. You got to do it. Lastly, it's non-negotiable that you guys have coaching and support, especially now. Oh, Bryan, times are tough and money's tight. You got to invest, man. It could be with me or anybody else. I don't care. Maybe you hate me and you like somebody else. Invest with them, but you need to go where you're going to learn the skills and have the support and the structure to help you become successful. Can you imagine an actor, basketball player, movie star, or anybody else saying they don't need any help or they don't need a coach? No. But for some reason, realtors think they don't need coaching. It blows my mind. Salespeople too, but realtors in specific, right? To me, that's a non-negotiable. Again, a lot of people, oh, well, I watch YouTube. That's not coaching. That's not coaching. That's not real coaching, right? Cool. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. Some of the first points that I gave you are really relevant, but again, none of this stuff is rocket science, but you really have to implement it step by step. Again, grab that thing. All the other stuff is on my website. Hit me up. You can contact my website too and text it if you want to talk, and we'll chat. Anything else I can do for you, let me know. Always here to help. I am going to be doing a free webinar, and I'll add that link here in the pinned comment at the top and maybe the description on sales stuff. I'm going to really recommend that you sign up for it. It's free. It'll be like a Zoom webinar, and I'll have that registration link down below. But it's going to be good. It'll give you a taste of a lot of the stuff that I'm talking about, and it'll start really showing you guys at what level you can take this thing to, because I know a lot of the stuff that I talk about and teach, because I've studied so much, it's going to be completely different than the other stuff that you're learning. All right, cool. Register for that. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.